Hey there, and welcome back to day 24 of my 100-day challenge. We're almost a quarter of the way there. This has been so exciting for me to be able to get on here and just kind of share all of the experience and tips and tricks and things like that for running your businesses. So if you do not know me yet, my name is Dayana, and I help female founders to build and scale their companies. So I actually have an online community, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So in the meantime, let's talk today about networking. Networking is the foundation of your organization, and that is ultimately what's going to push you to the next level, okay? And so we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we possibly can to broaden our network and always be open-minded about the types of people that we allow in our network. So let's start off with, sometimes business can feel very heavy when you are by yourself, and this is alike for most entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurship, if you have not already been told or can already tell, then it can be a lonely road, especially when you are trying to hit that next level and not plateau. Like, you're always looking for the next best thing, and that is the beautiful nature of entrepreneurship. But it can be very taxing, especially if you're doing it all by yourself. Even if you have a team but you're the leader of the organization, you might not be able to align as well with the people who you work with or people who work for your organization. And so it's important to build up your network of like-minded individuals who are on the same path. Some may even be a little bit ahead of you. That is still great to be able to have within your close circle. Okay, so I always recommend to have about 5 people in your close circle, people that you feel like that you can call on at any time. These might be mentors, these might be close friends that you've had for a while that will give you honest feedback. You want to make sure that the people that are in your circle are going to push you to the next level. You don't want people that are just, I call them yes men, yes women. You don't want people that are just going to agree with every little thing that you say. You want people that are going to push you and push the boundary to make sure that you're making it to the next step and next portion within whatever venture that you are going into. So when you are feeling like it is a heaviness on you, it may be because you're isolated and you are just working, and so you're not focused on any of the other relationships that you have, whether that's romantic, whether that's friendships. So you want to make sure that you have people within your network who you can have those working relationships with and be able to talk to them about different things to help you to not second guess different things. And oftentimes when we isolate ourselves, we do second guess because we don't have anyone to bounce ideas off of. We don't have anyone to give us any type of constructive feedback about all the crazy ideas that are going on in our head. That's why it's important to have that network with you. And a powerful network can do tremendous and amazing things for you and for your organization. It can help you to collaborate with other individuals. It can create different clients. It can also offer referrals. So let's talk about collaboration first. Whenever you're going into a conversation with someone, you should always look and see, okay, what is it about them that you resonate with? How do you all align, and how can you all help one another? And then that will eventually lead to potential collaboration. Well, then referrals. Once people start to know about you, like and trust you, and develop that relationship with you, they're going to realize, oh, I want to actually refer business to this person because I trust what they do. I back what they say. I know that they're going to hold to their word, and your word is your bond. And so you want to make sure that any and everything that you're telling people is aligned with your goals, your mission, and your values, and the things that you're going to be able to deliver on. So never make a promise that you cannot deliver on, because that's the quickest way for someone to regret or not want to refer you to someone else, because at the end of the day, that's their name on the line if they're making a referral. So that means that you've built that trust with them, and they will eventually start to tell other people. And especially in the consulting realm, in the coaching, in the coaching realm, referrals go a long way, because it says, hey, I've worked with this person, I trust them, I know that they have a great product or a great service, and I know that they really care about your success. That goes a lot longer of a way than just looking at potential Google reviews and stuff like that. If you know someone who's been a part of a certain service or program, I'm a lot more likely to listen to them and their experience that they've had than to listen to a Google review. Google reviews are still important, but I'm just showing you all the power of having the referral system or having your network to help to give you referrals. On top of that, a powerful network can also offer you that support so that you don't feel as isolated. You all can go out for different masterminds together. You all can go out to lunch and bounce ideas off of one another. It also helps you to gain sort of a, I don't want to say a fake confidence, but it definitely gives you a bit of a confidence boost, especially if the person that you are speaking with and networking with is a little bit further ahead of you. I always say if you never want to be the most successful person in the room. And I know that's a saying that a lot of people say, but it really is true. I know when I surround myself with other people who are pushing themselves forward and who are trying to do more, I naturally want to do more because I'm just like, I'm in a room with other like-minded individuals who are trying to get after it and trying to build generational wealth and just further themselves professionally as well as personally. And so when I'm in the room with those types of people, I just get fired up naturally. And so you want to be in the room with people who are in front of where you are. It doesn't have to be a huge leap, or it can be, but you do not want to be the most successful person in the room because you're probably in the wrong room at that point. And while that's helpful to help other people who might not be as far along as you want to continue to be able to push yourself as well simultaneously so that way you can still be a guide, a mentor to those other people who are now looking up to you. So continue to develop yourself and pour in and invest into your own personal and professional development. All in all is what I'm trying to say. And then in order to build your network and make sure that it's intentional. So you want to build an intentional network. The main thing is to ensure that you have aligned values with the people that you're working with. If there's someone that's just completely not on the same wavelength as you or is in something that might not be aligned with what it is that you're doing, it is okay to say no. And it is okay to not be a part of that community or not form that partnership and network with that person. I encourage you to still network, but you do not have to form a partnership, or they do not have to be a part of your core 5 people if they don't align with whatever your values are. You want some people who are going to push you in the same direction and who are also trying to go in the same direction. If there is someone who is faith-based and then there's someone who is not faith-based but going in a completely other direction, they might not be the best aligned, and that's okay. But it's important to recognize that from the get-go so that way it diminishes any type of miscommunications or any frustration down the line if you all do try to form a partnership, because it most likely won't work as well if you all are going in 2 different directions. Next is make sure that your relationships or that you're being intentional about the relationship that you're trying to build and not the transaction. It's very defeating and very demoralizing when you realize that someone was only trying to get to know you or talk to you or network with you because they wanted to try to get a sale. And once they realized that they couldn't get that sale, they were gone, nowhere to be found. And I actually have a funny story about this. It's a quick one, but I went to a coffee shop and this girl, she saw me and she just started talking to me. Hey, how do you like come here all the time? I come here every day, but I've never seen you. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, like my fiance and I, sometimes we come here every now and then, yada, yada, yada. And we just started talking and she was like, hey, like, I really would love if you and your fiance and me and my husband all like got together, hung out, blah, blah, blah. Just grabbed lunch or something. I think that like we've like seemed to create a genuine bond. Now, come to find out, she was trying to sell my fiance and I on some cleaning products or something like that. I don't even remember exactly what it was, but once I realized, I was like, oh, this is not for me. I am totally fine with getting to know you as a friend, but if you're just in here for a transactional purpose, I'm not the person for you, because I'm looking to build genuine relationships, not just transactional relationships. And don't get me wrong, I know sales makes the world go round, money makes the world go round, but at the end of the day, I care about the person behind the transaction more than I care about the transaction itself. And especially if I'm meeting you in person, I want to be intentional about that. And as you should, as a leader and as a founder of your organization, make sure that you're making those genuine relationships and care about the people that are behind it versus just trying to make a sale, because that person is going to be what helps to continue your business and is going to help to generate referrals and broaden your network and be your support system and collaborate with you, not the transaction itself. The transaction can lead to all of that, but it's really the person that matters. So I want to make sure that that stays at the forefront, is to have relationships, not transactional relationships. And that's I mean, it's okay to have transactional relationships, but you know what I mean. And then last but certainly not least, give before you ask. When I say this, I mean to see how you can be of service and help someone else before you ask them for a sale or before you ask them something that only benefits you. Try to see how you can benefit the other person, and then you all can have the conversation, and it should naturally lead back to how you can also be helped. But do not go into it with the mentality of, okay, this is me, 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 me. When you do that, you're counting yourself out the game very, very quickly. You're turning people off because it's very easy for everyone to pick up on that. And I guarantee you they're going to clock that from a mile away. So if that is what you are doing, try to alter that and try to change that to figuring out how you can be of service to someone else and making sure that it's serving others before trying to sell. Serve before you sell. Love that. Love that. Serve before you sell at the end of the day. So I hope this was helpful. Again, this was day 24. We are just getting started, not even a quarter of the way through, almost there. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe below. If you're interested in working with me, I have some links down there as well for some resources. But I do look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow.